What if the one thing every human has always feared was suddenly taken away? Not death by war, not death by disease, but death itself. Gone. Forever. What would that world look like? And more importantly, what would it cost? Imagine you are sitting with your grandmother. She's 90 years old. Her hands are wrinkled maps of a life fully lived. She tells you stories about wars, about love, about the world before the internet. And just as she reaches the most beautiful part of her story, she's gone. We have all lost someone. A parent, a friend, a lover. And in that moment of loss, every single human being has asked the same question, the oldest question in human history. What if we didn't have to die? For 5,000 years, kings paid alchemists to find the elixir of life. The ancient Egyptians built pyramids not because they were afraid of death, but because they refused to accept it. Gilgamesh, the world's first hero from the world's oldest story, crossed oceans and deserts,
analyzing the sequence now,
searching for a way to never die. And now, for the first time in human history, scientists believe they are getting close. Here's something that will stop you cold. There is an animal alive right now that does not age. It's called the Trutpus astorni, a tiny jellyfish, smaller than your fingernail. When it gets old, or sick, or injured, it simply reverses.
Incredible. It's rejuvenating itself.
It goes back to being a baby, then grows old again, then reverses again. Scientists call it biologically immortal. It has been doing this possibly forever. In 2023, researchers at Harvard reversed aging in mice, not slowed it, not paused it, reversed it. Old mice became young again. Their muscles strengthened. Their eyesight returned. Their brains sharpened. Companies like Altos Labs have raised over $3 billion with one mission: defeat aging. Jeff Bezos invested. Yuri Milner invested. The richest people on Earth are betting that death is just a problem we haven't solved yet. So the question is no longer if humans can become immortal. The question is what happens to the world when we do. Let's pause the celebration, because this is where the story gets complicated. The Earth right now holds 8 billion people. Every year, roughly 60 million people die. Those deaths, as tragic as every single one is, make space. Space for new children, new ideas, new generations. Now remove death. Do the math. In 50 years, 11 billion people. In 100 years, the numbers become incomprehensible. Food systems collapse. Water becomes a weapon. Wars are fought not over land, but over the right to have a child. But overpopulation is only the beginning. Think about power. Right now, leaders die. Dictators die. Bad systems eventually collapse because the people running them die. Imagine a world where Hitler could have lived to 200. Where Stalin ruled for centuries. Where the same corrupt billionaire controlled your economy for 500 years and could never be voted out. Never aged out. Never removed by time. Immortality in the wrong hands is not a gift. It is the most dangerous weapon ever created. Now here is the question that should keep you awake at night. Who gets to be immortal? If a treatment costs $10 million, only the richest 0.1% of the world can afford it. Imagine, Elon Musk is immortal. Jeff Bezos is immortal. The kings of Saudi Arabia are immortal. But your mother, your father, the teacher who changed your life, the farmer who feeds your city, they still die. We would create two species of human, the immortals and everyone else. Picture this scene. A hospital. A mother holds her dying son's hand. Down the corridor a billionaire checks out. Fully healed, fully young, fully alive, ready for another century. The mother looks at her son, and she asks the nurse, "Is it true? Can they really live forever now?" The nurse says nothing. She doesn't have to. That silence, that moment, is the story of immortality. Not the science. Not the technology. That silence. Let's say somehow every problem is solved. Immortality is free. Everyone gets it. No overpopulation. No inequality. No tyrants. A perfect world where everyone lives forever. Here's the question nobody talks about. Would you actually want it? Psychologists have a concept called the deadline effect. When we know time is limited, we act. We call our parents. We say I love you. We chase our dreams. We forgive old enemies. The awareness of death is, paradoxically, the engine of everything meaningful in human life. If you had 10,000 years to write a novel, would you ever start? If you had 1,000,000 years to tell someone you loved them, would you ever say it? If failure meant nothing because you could always try again in 100 years, would anything ever feel like it truly mattered? Studies show that lottery winners return to their baseline happiness within 2 years. Humans adapt. We always adapt. In 200 years of life, the first 30 might be thrilling. The next 70, comfortable. And then, what? Philosophers called this the problem of immortal boredom. And it is, perhaps, the most terrifying consequence of living forever. But wait. Before we close the door on forever, let's think bigger. Einstein died before he could finish his unified theory of physics. Mozart died at 35. Marie Curie died at 66. Imagine if they had 500 more years. What would Einstein have discovered? What music would Mozart have written? What diseases would Curie have cured? Every genius who has ever lived has been cut short. Not by failure, by time. Immortality would not just save lives. It would unleash human potential on a scale we literally cannot comprehend. And think about wisdom. Right now, the oldest and wisest humans, the ones who have seen the most, learned the most, made the most mistakes and grown from them, they die just as they become truly wise. We lose their knowledge every generation. An immortal civilization would be a civilization of masters. A world where the most experienced doctors, teachers, engineers, and artists never retire, never fade away. Where wisdom compounds like interest, growing richer with every passing century. So here we are. We started with a dream, the oldest human dream. And we've seen how it becomes a nightmare. And then, perhaps, a masterpiece. And then a nightmare again. Maybe that is the point. Maybe immortality was never the question. Maybe the real question that has haunted us since the first human looked up at the stars and wondered is this: are we living the life we would choose if we knew it was the only one we had? Death gives life its weight, its urgency, its color. Every sunset is beautiful because it ends. Every conversation with someone you love matters because one day it will be the last one.
Neither would I, my love.
I did it.
Perhaps the greatest discovery science could ever make is not how to make us live forever. Perhaps it is you finally teaching us how to truly live, today, right now. With the time we already have, if this video made you think, share it with someone who needs to hear it, because that is the only kind of immortality that has always been free, the ideas we leave behind.